This message today is what God sends. What God sends. Genesis 8 verse 6. Noah opened the window of the ark. And verse 7 says, and he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. So what God sends, a raven he can send, a dove he can send. So in verse 8 he sent a dove. Ravens represent good or bad fortunes. A crow dwells with people, ravens like solitude. Anyway, you can read from 1 Kings 17 to 16. God can send stars, he can send angels, he can send people, ravens, and he sends much stuff like anything God could send. Right here, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening. He drank of the brook, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh. He drank of the brook. Right, God can send anything. And because I've been in this with this miracle signs and wonders, I've seen quite a few, like visions and trances I've been in, and experienced certain stuff of the Lord. So 1 Kings 17, verse 6, when God brings a raven to feed a prophet and flesh, and he drinks of the water from a brook, my word, God is capable of sending anything. He can send his wrath, he can send his goodness, he can send fire, supernatural fire, he can send rainbows, he can send thunder, lightning, whatever he chooses to send, he can send. But in this time, we have to look at the story of the ark, how God sent the dove forth to check out, to see if there was any water left on the earth after the flood of Noah. So what God sends is very important. And in this season, what God sends for 2023, we must be in our stations because God is sending stuff. We just have to be alert and keep our mind on him like he's there, because he is sending stuff. God is sending stuff. He sends answers to prayer. He sends people. He can send a raven. He can send a dove. God is capable of sending anything, and we cannot stop. Amen. What he could send is anything. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening. And he drank of the brook. This is Prophet Elijah, where God sent him because he was running from Jezebel. So our close this message is